return. 62 CBS salutes a special family that's sharing their favorite holiday tradition with thousands of area kids, and a step back in time to a Renaissance Christmas. 62 CBS discovered a family in New Boston that's turned their home into a holiday fantasy land. Rich Meek takes us to a place you've got to see to believe.
And for Gary and Karen Majeske, the holidays are a time for love and laughter. And they're doing their part to make sure other families feel the same way.
Little locomotives traveling through tiny villages on their way to make-believe destinations, powered by the imagination of the young. It's an experience as American as apple pie. And for the Majeskes of New Boston, it's how they celebrate the season.
I get into the really Christmas spirit, you know, and this is part of it. I would imagine every kid's dream to wake up and see a train going around their Christmas tree, you know.
Dreams come true at the Majeskes. Every other year, Gary spends countless hours assembling this spectacular display. When it's complete, he and wife Karen open their home free of charge to train lovers of all ages. It's their holiday gift to Metro Detroit.
When I came down the steps, it was overwhelming, you know what I'm saying? Like I just melted when I got out the bottom of the steps.
Hundreds of these miniature models whisked by familiar landmarks like Tiger Stadium and the Uniroyal Tire. There's Disney World, an ice skating pond, and even a working drive-in movie, all designed to bring holiday cheer.
We started with a small display in friends and neighbors and family, and each year when he'd set it up, we'd have more and more people that wanted to come see it, and we said, sure, come see it. And it's just grown.
From the day after Thanksgiving until Christmas Eve, Gary and Karen welcome over 1,200 visitors into their homes.
The tradition of Christmas is to open your home, open your heart, and share.
62 CBS salutes the Majeskes for helping Metro Detroiters celebrate the season. By opening their hearts and their home, they're making this a holiday hundreds will remember.
This Chuck Gatica guy's got a racket for a living. He's out in Riverview tonight with the Majeske household playing with trains.
He's in training. Right, Chuck?
That's right, and I'll tell you, this is a great place to be. If you're a kid at heart or you want to be, this is the basement to be in this holiday season. First of all, let me show you our Weather Kid picture before we get started with our tour of the trains down here. This is a picture of a rainy day, which is what we're headed for again tomorrow. Leon Triplett of Detroit showing us this picture. We thank Leon for sending that in. This is Gary Majeske, who's the owner of this home. He and his wife, Karen, have put in some long hours turning this basement into a train wonderland. You've got how many trains down here?
25 Lionel trains.
Now, as we look around here, you've incorporated some distinctive and recognizable spots from Detroit, haven't you?
Yes, there is. There's quite a few different areas that you'll notice on the table that are used, like I picked up on 94. You'll see the big Uniroyal Tire, Tiger Stadium, things that are familiar with the people that drive around the area. That's why I use that.
I don't know if the camera can do this justice, but you've got a basement that is absolutely filled with the layout, not just the trains. How long has it taken you to put this thing up?
It's taken me this time 8 weeks to put it up, and it's still not completed. There's a lot of fine detail that I didn't get hooked up. There was one TV camera that I should have in one of the trains. It's called a rail scope. I never did get that hooked up this time. There's a lot of things that the active accessories, the log loader, coal loader, I didn't get all to that.
Now, this winter scene you said was new this year, right?
This is all new at this end. That took me 2 weeks to construct, and a lot of experience I had to do to get the snow, different things I used for it, but they come out pretty good, I think.
Oh, it looks great. This is cotton, just cotton balls, or what?
This is cotton balls on the top. The flat part you see is like a quilting they use for quilting blankets.
Okay. Well, now, this is something special. You actually let school kids come through and neighbors if they want. Folks can actually tour the basement, right?
Yes, I had a lot of tours today with schools today. It was really crowded, so you just missed a lot of that tonight.
Well, it's nice to see the smile on their faces, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I love that's what makes me happy when I see the kids happy. Their impressions on their face makes me happy. I love it.
Well, this is very impressive stuff. And again, a lot of folks this time of the year think of trains, but for you, it's a hobby that takes you a little bit more through the season than just Christmas time.
This has been around for about almost 30 years. My father had it when he was a kid. A lot of the stuff on the table started from him, and I just took over from him. It wasn't this big. I get bigger every year and just keep adding to it. When I find something in a store, I buy it, I add it, it's on the table, and it just looks good. It's got to be fit in the table somewhere.
Well, it looks just great. We thank you for sharing it with us, and we'll stay here for a while and show more to the folks at home. First, let's do a little weather now for the weekend. Again, Gary and Karen have snow on the ground here in the basement, but none outside. And as I mentioned, even though the chance for a white Christmas isn't that great, there are miracles this time of the year, every time for that matter, and you never know. Could be a few flurries just in time. So Ruth and Emery, that's it from down here in the basement. We've got smoke coming out of the Lionel, and this is an unbelievable scene to even consider that Gary and his friends and family could crawl out on this area and build this and then kind of crawl back out so that it all stays put together. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Say, Chuck, we've got tower cam. I'd like to see that rail scope.
Yeah.
Maybe Channel 4 would be interested in that.
Well, you know, don't say that too loudly. They might have it by the 6 o'clock show.
Oh, boy, that's an incredible display. I know what I want for Christmas.
Do you?
train?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
come over. He'll let you look.
But I want somebody to come set it up for me.
Well, Gary's the guy.
It only takes 8 weeks, Emery.
I'm Chuck Gatica live in Riverview. The trains down in the basement don't just go around the bottom of the Christmas tree. These go around the whole basement. We'll have a forecast for the weekend and a look at these trains coming up.
Go to the big picture now with Chuck Gatica, who's having some pre-holiday fun in Riverview tonight, where he's taking all of his neighborhood weather stuff.
I know it. You know he's having fun. Chuck, tell us what you're up to.
I am having a blast. This is the basement of the Majeske home in Riverview, and they have got 25 trains running down here. And what you'll see as we talk to the family here are recognizable features like Tiger Stadium, actually painted with the exact paint that's used on Tiger Stadium, or was at the time. There's a little people mover kind of a train going around here. Next stop, Greektown. And on I-94, the big tire, they've got the big tire down here, too. There you go. It's over that way. This is Gary Majeske and his family. This is Crystal and Sean. Tell me about this. This all started with your dad, right, Gary?
You're right. It's almost 30 years ago we started with this, and it was not this big, but I'm getting more and more added to it. And we have a pretty good sized layout, I think. And every people that come in, I try to make them happy, and that's my whole goal, to show it to them and let them see what it's all about. That's it.
Sean and Crystal are here. You're helping now, right, Sean? I mean, you help wire a lot of this, etc.
Yes, I started at, 9 or 10. This year I put all the milk crates and plywood up myself.
That's what holds it all up, right?
Yeah, you got to have a good support to walk on it to put all your trains up. So.
And tell me, Crystal, which is your favorite one now of all these trains?
It's over there. It's like a pink one, and it I don't know. I got it for my birthday. It's real neat.
And you like it. Now you've got what, 7 other trains you can't even fit down in the basement,
You're right? Yep. Yeah. It's still on the shelf.
I know your wife, Karen, didn't want to be on camera with us, but she deserves a lot of credit because she's the one that lets you spend all the money on this stuff, right?
That's true. It is. Yeah. I have to give her a lot of credit. She's standing over there. We should put her on there.
Well, that's all right. We don't want to make her feel embarrassed. But this is a fabulous spread down here in the basement. Around the other side, if you saw us at 5 o'clock, you've got the new Christmas setting now, and that's really amazing because you're using all kinds of materials that you wouldn't think of. I mean, I see sawdust and, of course, cotton for the snow.
Yeah, you're right. It's imagination what you have to have when you come up with things. When I go to look for different things, I go to cake decorating places, nurseries, toy stores. Everything is just, you have to have the imagination for it.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you, and thanks for letting me know which was your favorite train. I've got my favorite, too. It's back on the other side, a little Disney train. There goes, little snow made out of cotton down here in the Majeske basement. We thank you for letting us in, and ladies, that's it. Merry Christmas from here in Riverview.
All
what
right.
a great place to be.
That does look
it's
like
wonderful.
fun.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Fabulous setup.
Yeah.